I get asked the question, how did I get into Tantra? Probably the most out of all questions. My name is Heather Ray Dawn, and my company is The Ecstatic Body, and I want to share with you my journey of Tantra and how I came into it. So it was about 19 years ago. I saw this neon sign in my mind. It was bright green, and it just kept flashing, Tantra, 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 Tantra. And I was like, no, that's a sex thing. I don't want to do that. Even though I'm the person, ever since I was 16, 17 years old, if somebody wanted to know something about sex, they came to me, even though I hadn't even had sex at that point in time. I knew a lot about it because my mom was open to talking about it with me. And so I knew a lot, even though I didn't know it. And so I was the one who would be teaching them about different things, different aspects around sexuality. And so when I came into Tantra, I was, one of my friends came for a massage, and I asked him something. I heard this voice in my head that said, ask him. And so I asked him, and he said this person's name, and I knew that was my teacher. I knew that was who I was supposed to start with. And so I went to one of her workshops. It was a 7-week course. And on the 6th week, something happened. We were guided to do a fully clothed tantric massage, but before that we had to choose our partner, and we were all standing there, and she was saying, look around the room, see who you're attracted to, who you're drawn to. And there was this woman right to the left of me, and I was like, her? Why? But there was something that was like, yeah, it's her. You're supposed to work with her. And I literally, when we were released to go find our partner, she and I just turned to each other. And this was a beautiful experience. We started doing the tantric massage, and at some point in time, I came out of my body, and I was actually witnessing what was going on. And when that happened, hands started going everywhere, and just things were just, I was just witnessing what our souls wanted to do. And it was just this heart-opening, glorious experience. And from that point on, I started waking up in the middle of the night, channeling different exercises I could be teaching and guiding. And next thing I know, I was coaching this woman. I was changing her life and her relationship. And she invited me out to Arizona to teach a class. And I did it in the middle of the woods. And by the end of it, they were like, you have got to be teaching this. And so I started teaching 2 classes a week. 2 classes a month in my home. And no, actually I rented a space at first, and then I ended up going to my home for organizational reasons. But then my students wanted to keep coming to my house and not go back to the rental space. And so that's how I got into it. For me, I know I was pulled into it. I was drawn into it. And the reason why I was resistant at first was because there was something I needed to heal. I needed to heal around my sexuality. I had gone through a ton of abuse. And so I needed to heal that. And so at first I just got into it, and I loved it. It was beautiful. I found a new teacher that was actually teaching yoni massage, and that's what I knew I had come in to do. I wanted to do the sexual healing work on myself. Turned out that I was really amazing at holding space for it and giving it and teaching it and stuff like this and that, but I wasn't doing the healing myself. So I eventually, after I don't know how many so many years of teaching Tantra, I took a break and I started doing my own inner healing. And then when I came back to the work, I had these profound shifts, and then I could hold a deeper, bigger space for people around me. And because my pleasure threshold had gone up, people's pleasure threshold could be anywhere on the spectrum, and I was there for it. Before I couldn't. I could only go to a certain amount, a certain degree of pleasure, but I knew the pain part, so I could hold space for all the pain and up to a certain point of pleasure. And then I took that time, and I worked on myself, and I released so much trauma from my body and from my mind and from my spirit. It's like, oh, I just freed myself. It was beautiful, but it's an ongoing practice. So that's my journey. That's been my journey the last 19, I think it's been 19 years now. So I just want to share that with you, so you know, like, even though sexuality has been always a part of my life, I've always been that person that's talked to people about it and coached them and supported them. And then 19 years ago, it became something I was called into. And I will say this is fascinating. Several years ago, when I went through my deep healing process, it was like I thought, oh, I need to, now I can let go of it. And I tried, but it keeps calling me back. And I love this work, I love this practice. And so I'm here. It's still holding me, it's still wrapping its arms around me. And I love teaching, I love guiding, I love coaching. And I do all of that from a very present, linear place. I'm not hugely ethereal. It's funny because people are like, but what you teach about chakras and energy and this, that, and the other. This topic I might be teaching is about ethereal kind of woo-woo stuff, but I don't teach it in a woo-woo manner. I'm very grounded, I'm very centered. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to let you know how I got into this. And if you are in need or in desire for coaching, I coach women on sexual empowerment and relationship skills, and to support women to understand men, as well as I guide couples through intimacy and connection, bringing them to deeper communication, deeper awareness of their bodies, become better lovers, teaching them about touch and communication and consciousness, and how to bring everything forth, and how to have really yummy dates, and to nourish and nurture their relationship. And women, I support them in just embodying just doing body love, and supporting them to do this. And I do this online, and if you're wherever I'm living on the planet, then I can do it in person with you. If you have any desire for any questions that want to be answered, or if you want support or you want coaching, please let me know. I'm going to put information below, and you're more than welcome to reach out to me. Sending you lots of love. Namaste.